Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello and welcome to the Micklin Law Group's monthly webinar series. We'll be starting in just a second. All right, so today's webinar, Thriving Post-Divorce, 3 Keys to Personal and Financial Success. Divorce is a challenging life event that can lead individuals feeling overwhelmed and uncertain. However, it's important to remember that divorce is not the end, but rather an opportunity for growth and a fresh start. This presentation will provide you practical insights and strategies to navigate the divorce process and emerge stronger, more resilient, and financially secure. I decided to do this webinar, which is a little less pragmatic and practical than most of my webinars, because I think most of us will agree there's been a significant increase in anxiety, depression, alcoholism. And while I'm not trying to make anybody feel worse or make these problems any more aggravated, I do think it's time we address them in the context of a divorce. Obviously, it's for many, if not most, a very difficult, challenging process. And I think it's time for lawyers to step up and take notice of that as we take clients through and post-divorce. So let's jump right in. My name is Brad Micklin. I'm the lead attorney and managing member of the Micklin Law Group, a law firm concentrated in empowering men and fathers in divorce, custody, and family law matters, with offices in Nutley, Montclair, and Saddlebrook, New Jersey. For those that have not worked with me, this is me. The QR code, I believe, will go to my calendar where you can schedule a consultation. If you do not call my office first for an intake, you'll get an email that you need to do so to keep that appointment. And you can call directly at 973-562-0100. Excuse me. So I have been honored to appear on many national and local news as a commentator. I've been on Fox News, Inside Edition, Larry King when he was with us, great guy, I-24 International, many others. I don't say this to impress people, but to show that I have a wealth of experience, and I hope that it provides value for you. Similarly, I've been honored by colleagues and clients for a number of accolades and awards. Again, not to impress, but to show and impress upon you the experience and dedication that I bring to the information and clients that I serve. Navigating the practical aspects of divorce. Divorce can be, and always often is, a complex legal and financial process. But with the right approach, you can emerge from it on a stable footing. This presentation will focus on the practical steps you can take to manage the practical aspects of divorce, from understanding the legal requirements to rebuilding your financial foundation. First, legal considerations. Familiarize yourself with the key legal requirements and processes involved in obtaining a divorce so you can navigate the paperwork and court proceedings effectively. Practical strategies. Implement practical strategies to manage the practical aspects of your divorce, such as updating your will, changing beneficiaries, and establishing a new household. And 3, financial planning. Develop a comprehensive financial plan to address the immediate and long-term financial implications of divorce, including your asset distribution and division, spousal support, and budgeting for your new lifestyle. These recommendations are very practical and I think very important. In addition to things such as changing and updating your will, you want to also change any joint account access, change any joint credit cards you may have, and as the slide mentions, update your will, your retirement and other account beneficiary designations, and any other shared asset. This is important to note because a lot of people are so happy after their divorce is completed that they're so fast to move on that they forget these practical aspects that need to be arranged. You will be shocked, and of course this is beyond the scope of this presentation, at the harm people can suffer if they don't update their will or their accounts properly and something tragic happens. Again, not that I'm trying to be morbid or make you feel worse than you may already with your divorce, but these are things that are crucial to avoid any future problems. Hence the point really of this whole webinar. Rebuilding your financial foundation. Financial planning. Seek professional financial advice to create a comprehensive plan that addresses your short-term and long-term financial needs. This will include budgeting, debt management, and future investing. Legal guidance. Consult with a divorce attorney to ensure that your financial rights are protected during and after your divorce proceedings. This will include negotiating a fair property division and alimony arrangements. Lastly, support and resources. Explore available resources such as financial counseling services and support groups to help you navigate the financial challenges of divorce and develop healthy financial habits. Along these lines, when you speak with your financial and legal planners, you want to understand the tax consequences of your divorce settlement during and after. You may have alimony, and you need to understand whether or not it's tax deductible on your state level, which in New Jersey currently is, which I forgot to mention in my intro, that this is, although practical advice, still safe to say it should be limited to residents in New Jersey. I'm recording this in 2024, so there's always a possibility, even with this type of information, that it will change as time goes. So you always want to check with a attorney just to make sure that it's current when you're reviewing this if it's much later. But returning back to deductibility of alimony, it is not deductible on the federal level, but in New Jersey it is on the state level. You want to look into your assets and the tax consequences that you may encounter if you're going to be transferring or liquidating them in the future, because assets that you've taken in your divorce do not have a tax consequence, but the basis or value of them will affect the tax consequence if and when you sell them later, and you want to understand that if you don't already. And I also recommend that you look into your Social Security statement. A lot of people ignore this during a divorce, but if you're paying alimony and you're planning for retirement, you may have sacrificed a substantial amount of your retirement planning in your asset division. Looking at your Social Security anticipated statement, assuming it's still going to be around at the time you need it, is good to understand for your planning. Strategies for achieving personal growth. First, self-reflection. Take time for introspection to understand your values, goals, and aspirations. This will help you define your path forward and make decisions that align for your true self. 2, personal development. Invest in your personal growth through activities such as therapy, coaching, or workshops that promote self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and resilience. And lastly, new experiences. Embrace new challenges and opportunities that allow you to explore your interests, expand your horizons, and create positive experiences. Now, I know this may be a little foo-foo coming from an attorney, but like I said at my introduction, I'm trying to give a little more practical experience and advice so that you know how to move forward positively. I think personal growth is important. I think most would also agree it's a very well-suited and covered area. Currently, I mean, there's a abundance of programs and individuals and books that have all types of personal development strategies. I highly recommend that you investigate some of them. I've been a student of personal growth my entire life. So if any of you want some recommendations for programs or books, certainly let me know. If you schedule a consultation, I certainly have a great deal of experience with this area. Practical steps for self-care post-divorce. Now we get a little less foo-foo. First, establish a routine. Create a daily schedule that includes time for exercise, healthy meals, and relaxation. Maintaining a consistent routine can provide structure and stability during a transitional period. 2, manage your stress effectively. Explore stress management techniques such as deep breathing, journaling, or seeking professional counseling. Identify and address the sources of the stress in your life to prevent future burnout. And 3, nurture social connections. Reconnect with supportive friends and family, or seek out new social connections through community groups or hobbies. Maintaining a strong support network can be invaluable during this time. Now, I said it's not as much foo-foo, and maybe it sounded a little bit, but I think it's very important to understand or recognize that your life has significantly changed. Now, I know that may seem obvious to you, but a lot of people don't recognize the change. And often because the divorce process can be such a long and trying experience that, again, you're just so anxious to start anew, you're not paying attention to what that looks like. And many have had a sort of temporary change because they may have separated from their family or their home during the divorce, and now they're moving on to a more permanent residence and family structure. Even if you were residing together and you've now relocated or moved out, you're still changing and starting a new regimen and situation. And I think it's important to sit down and contemplate how that's going to operate, what you're going to do, and how you're going to move forward. Things like exercise and diet, I know that it seems almost axiomatic that it's important to engage in this, but I think post-divorce, especially immediately post-divorce, you really need things to move yourself forward and to take care of your health, mental and physical. Redefining your relationships and support system. 1, family. Maintain open and respectful communication with your family members. It's important to have their support during this transition, but also to remember establish healthy boundaries. Friends. Reach out to friends who provide a safe and supportive environment. They can be able to offer a listening ear, some understanding, and encouragement as you navigate this new chapter. And lastly, probably most importantly, support groups. Consider joining support groups for individuals going through divorce. This can provide a sense of community and connection with others who share similar experiences. The Miquelon Law Group does have a support group for men and fathers going through divorce or family law matters. You can go to our website at MiquelonLawGroup.com and see the dates of the next one and register. Unfortunately, they haven't been as popular since we went virtual with COVID, but I'm still holding them. As long as a few people sign up, we hold them. Sometimes if only one signs up, I don't hold it because not much of a support group with one. But if you're in the need, we have that service available. And then turning real quick to the rest of the information about your family and friends, it's important because there's a very good chance you've lost or separated from a great many of your family and friends. You may have lost half of your family if you were close with your spouse's family. You may have lost half of your friends. People joke about, who they get in the divorce, but there's a reality to that. And I think understanding that the people that you used to spend a good deal of time with and enjoyment may be gone. And it may be time to make new connections, new friends, rekindle old ones, or just spend more time with those that you do have. Hopefully they are the ones you value the most. Practical strategies for moving forward. 1, develop a growth mindset. Approach challenges as opportunities for learning and improvement. Focus on building new skills and capabilities to achieve your goals. 2, practice self-compassion. Be kind and understanding towards yourself. Acknowledge your emotions and take steps to heal and move forward in a healthy way. 3, cultivate gratitude. Regularly reflect on the positive aspects of your life, even during difficult times. Appreciate the good things you have and the progress you've made. And 4, although I know we said it would only be 3, envision your future. Believe in your ability to create a fulfilling life. Identify your values and goals and take concrete steps to build a future you desire. Each one of these, and I know I said it would only be 3, and each slide did cover 3 different aspects of this. I put 4 because I think there are a lot of areas to cover. And similar to personal development, these areas, growth mindset, gratitude, positive affirmations and visualizations, there are a tremendous amount of resources, books, webinars, speakers that can help you cultivate. And each one, believe it or not, is very important and very helpful. Even if you only choose to practice self-compassion or to envision a positive future, most people find these practices lead to a very fulfilling and rewarding future. That is the majority, but that is the end of the webinar. If you would like to contact the Micklin Law Group, here's our contact information. The website is micklinlawgroup.com. That's MICKLINLAWGRUP.com. Our phone number, 973-562-0100. You can find me on YouTube, Brad Michael Micklin. I probably can be found by Brad Micklin, but I've never tried that. We are available. We have posts not just on our website, but on Facebook, LinkedIn, and possibly Twitter, but I'm actually not sure anymore, quite honestly. Facebook is the Micklin Law Group. YouTube, as I said, Brad Michael Micklin, or try Brad Micklin. And Twitter would be Brad M. Micklin. But I don't quite honestly do a lot on Twitter, or now it's called X. So forgive me. Lastly, and unfortunately the most important, I always have to put up a legal disclaimer. Feel free to read this in full, but the purpose of this is to indicate that this webinar is informational. It's not intended as legal advice. It is not any way connected to representation of a client. It does not create attorney-client relationship, and everything else that's in the slide for your understanding. That concludes the information. I do hope it was helpful. I know at times it felt a little frou-frou, but I do believe that the challenges of a divorce are so significant and can be so long-standing that you really need to take a moment and address them as early as you can post-divorce. You know, you spend a lot of time probably with your lawyer focusing on the divorce issues and your family and your children and your parenting time. You didn't really think about yourself. And now it's time that I think you should do that. If I can help you in any way with this or any other terms, feel free to schedule a consultation. As I've said, call 973-562-0100. With that, I wish you good mental health and the best of luck in your future.